Folks, we're going to go ahead and get started here, and I'm going to introduce everybody. And I realize that I always start from my right, so now I'm going to start from my left. David, KB4ESN, Linda, AK4GZ, Glenn, AK4HA, Wilson, N4ZQT, Porter, KG4GTK, and we have Roger, KJ4YSY, and XYL, Linda. Loretta, I'm sorry. See, I think that's the first time I made that mistake.
They both start with L, so.
Yeah.
All the time.
They're twins.
Yeah. Linda is over here, and that's Loretta.
That's me.
Okay, now for the luncheon, let's see, this is an odd numbered month, so it goes to Frisch's on Harrodsburg Road. Okay, now the 21st, the NCAA tournament will be starting, if they follow true to form, be starting at noon that day. Now, it may or may not involve Kentucky, but some of us watch it whether it's Kentucky or not.
And also the restaurants usually fill up with all the extra people in town.
You mean that?
Well, the Sweet 16 is, I think it's actually this week.
This week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they
So,
actually have that when the Kentucky doesn't play?
well, and, my team will be in it. So I'm sorry about y'all.
Ohio State?
So,
Well, we could do it.
yeah, how do people feel about the 28th? Now, we will have our April meeting on Monday the 1st. So if you want to just go ahead and keep it on the 21st, we'll be finished 12:30, 1 o'clock. And it's not that what we could do if it turns out that Kentucky or Louisville or somebody's playing at noon that day, somebody that people want to watch, we could always reschedule it. But unless somebody has a major objection, I'd say let's just go ahead and still do it on 21st. How does that work for folks?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Or we could do it 11 o'clock, but I guess most people are used to coming.
Yeah, I kind of hate to change the time if I can avoid it. So, and remember, they play basketball for like 12 hours, so,
I don't know if people were confused about the change of the net, but it seemed like
Well, see, we ended up not changing it.
nobody was on though. And
Well-
in the newsletter, it was wrong. It said 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's wrong, and it's wrong in the Bars newsletter.
That's what
Of course, the Bars newsletter says that we meet downstairs, so, yeah, but see, this time of year, I've either got hockey or basketball or something that I'm watching on Thursday nights, so that just about.
Well, why don't you just bring your portable along and come to the meeting?
So, okay, so anyhow, March 21st at 11:30 at the Big Boy. So I'll put that out. Let's see. Okay, I don't know, I guess probably it will probably be finished pretty quick since Bobby's not here. Who has anything related to, let's say kit building? Now, I know a lot of you have been working on kits. In fact, what's the deal on that SDR kit? Glenn?
I actually brought some material. What did we put it? To tell you, what happened was I actually brought the kit and everything, Linda left it.
Glenn left it. Anyway, he made a list. There's 50 parts that are missing.
Yeah, I got 50 parts missing
Well,
from Tony Park's project. And here is anybody interested in seeing what's involved. I got a package here. You seen it? You already seen it? Well, let me send it down this way.
well, so
Roger's seen it.
so have you contacted the kit provider?
I have just made a list, and Roger and I have gone through it and double checked it.
We went to Cave City and we thought maybe we'd get some of them, but there was
Nothing.
nothing
Yeah.
hardly there.
I got I got two capacitors.
The guy said he couldn't afford to have that much table space to put all the parts out.
I guess they take a lot of space and he doesn't make enough money to pay for the space.
Okay.
I told him that,
Pay shipping.
I told him that, he charged so much for shipping that I couldn't afford to pay that either, so let's just go somewhere else and find it.
Okay, but the company that makes the kit doesn't owe you the parts?
Oh, yeah, they did. I was just, I don't know, this is my first time when I've had to go out and buy pet parts for kits and stuff, and I was just looking for seeing how well I could do it, you know, and
Okay.
as of right now, I'm all new to this, this is my first major kit, and, so anyway, we made a list and checked it twice, figured out which one we had bought,
Which one's nice?
which one's nice, and I ended up, I couldn't remember whether I'd bought the 40.
Roger helped making up the list.
Yeah, 40 and 20, or whether I bought the 40, 30, 20, and it was the 40, 30, 20 that I realized that I had more parts for that than I had for the other one. And so the boards are the same, so anyway, I've got a camera I want to show you when I get it working. Go bother somebody else till I get that done.
Okay, well, while, on the subject of kits, Roger, have you been doing anything?
Well, I've been putting some of my kits into enclosures,
Okay,
and I have come to the conclusion that, trying to get the kit in the enclosure is harder than building the
the
kit.
kit itself?
I've really had, in fact, I worked all day today trying to get one of my kits into an enclosure, and thought I had it all in good shape, and come find out I've got a ground in my antenna system somewhere. So it's, take all the wires loose and put them back one at a time,
Uh-huh.
find it. You know, but, the power's good, no ground there, so I can put power to it, but I don't want to until I get that antenna system fixed up.
Okay.
And I'm just using a regular toggle switch for a transmit receive instead of doing anything any more sophisticated.
Okay,
And I already built one side tone, but it just wants to operate on like 5 volts. So I've got 12 volts on the keys, so I'm going to rebuild using the 741 and build me another side tone that will operate on 12 volts. And that way, that'll make it a little easier for me.
okay.
But I really did like this one I made out of the 555 because it had such good volume to it. It would actually just, very few parts, and it would actually drive a speaker. So I would have really liked that one, but I had to get a voltage regulator and everything to get it back down to 4.5 volts or something.
Okay. Okay, anything else on kits, anybody?
Well, me and Glenn, on our little project, we thought maybe that if we would just short 8 or 10 resistors and a couple of capacitors or something, it'd be easier just to go ahead and buy the few little things, you know. We thought we was gonna really pick up something in Cave City, and I did get a few stocked up parts, but they didn't have as many as I had hoped for either. But it would have been a lot easier if we'd have just been missing a few parts just to go and
Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
and put it together.
I've got-
I'm really anxious to get that ready.
I've got a bunch of that kind of stuff too, but I don't have any, chips or anything like that, or specialized stuff probably to mount anything, so, okay.
And I'll tell you something else that I learned this weekend at the Ham Festival, that when you buy something and you use your card, you make sure you look at it. Because when I got home, they had, my bill was one way, one amount, and my credit card was another amount. They had put more on my credit card than what I bought. And I haven't got hold of the people yet, so. And see what they're gonna do about it, which it was my mistake, I should have looked at, but I just looked at the receipt when
Yeah.
Linda was standing there.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at the credit, but when I looked at it, that the amount on the credit card was more than what the what I bought.
Yeah, well, and if you can't get in touch with them, you may be able to get tell the credit card company what happened
Well,
there.
it was my debit card, and they had
Oh,
already took it, when I checked my debit card, they'd already took it out. But I'm gonna give them a couple of days to come out. I've left several messages on it, I'm gonna give them a couple of days, because because they're at every one.
Yeah, I seen that.
They're at every one of them, and,
Well, they travel a lot, so she says, you know, I heard tell somebody that they hadn't been home since November or something like that.
But always check your
Well, is that one
receipt
out of
anymore.
Illinois?
Oh,
Yeah,
It's, that
Not the one.
DNA, no, that Debco girl, she's pretty good, she cooperates pretty good
Yeah.
most of the time. She told us she was getting ready to retire.
yeah, she said she wouldn't be there next year.
is he gonna retire or just her?
No, she's retired.
Just her?
The place where they got their business, this company's been trying to buy them out. I mean, not buy the company, but they're wanting the property, and she says the price was right. And it's time she get out of it, while the price is right. But I just thought maybe, you know, that would be a little good information to make sure that you check. It's not that I'm saying that they done it on purpose, but I can't say that's what they did. But what I'm saying is you make sure you check your receipts before you leave a place like that.
And it wasn't all that much. $8 difference between the two, but you would think that, you know, you wouldn't think that they would jeopardize themselves over $8.
Yeah.
I would rather have high hopes that it was just a mistake.
Yeah, well, and then even with a debit card, you've potentially got recourse to recover it if it was
Yeah.
a fraudulent thing,
But I
so,
just thought that would be a good little
Yeah.
information to,
yeah.
because accidents can happen. Take you there for you.
Yeah, don't go down I-65. Oh, I know it.
Yeah, yeah, Roger, I heard you on the wide area repeater talking about that wreck down there. Now, did any of y'all get caught in the traffic jam?
Oh, we were like 15 cars back.
3.5 hours.
From where the wreck
Wreck
was?
was.
Yeah,
Okay.
it actually happened right in front of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just had happened
We
when
saw the
we pulled
flames up and
Yeah.
everything when the
Oh, man.
truck hit. 6 died and I guess 3 others are,
No,
6 others are injured.
Yeah, 6 on the other side. And they said what it was is they slowed down to look at the other, and then the semi truck come up and hit them, and then hit the others, and
Okay. Now, was it because of snow on the road, or?
they really don't know yet.
Okay.
No, because the road was pretty well clear
Okay.
by that time. Now, early in the morning,
Oh, we
oh
seen
boy,
quite a few.
we was having a time.
Uh-huh.
We didn't slide any because we had,
People that was in front of us was
people in
telling us.
front of us radioed back and told me, he says, you better be real careful when you cross that overpass from Bluegrass to 65.
Uh-huh.
He said I was all over the road.
Because he said it's gonna take a lot for me to clean my seats out.
And then the car in front of us, he was about 12 miles in front of us, and this car right in front of us, he was going sideways going across our too.
Yeah, it was bad that
And
morning.
then once we got on 65 right there, just about almost where that wreck was, it was still slick in there.
Yeah,
too.
no, semi truck had hit another
Yeah.
car then.
Uh-huh.
So it was,
But that wasn't the big one. The big
No,
one
that
was
wasn't
later.
the big
Okay.
one.
The big one was when after you left the Hamfest. Then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we left the Hamfest, I looked at my clock, our time, 10:30.
Uh huh.
And it was just on 65, 10 miles from where you turn off to go to Lexington.
it's about 11 o'clock or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So we stopped there, but now, Linda and them stayed, I couldn't wait no longer. I had emergency, a lot of people was turning around, and we were on Bluegrass Parkway before Linda and them ever started moving. But we had Roger could take them out and get you anywhere you wanna go. And he's exactly the one, we got on the road that wasn't even no traffic, caught a few cars. And went all the way to Elizabethtown on it.
Okay.
I texted Loretta and I said, I'm hungry. Next thing I knew, she was at the door with some pork rinds. And I ate them all.
Yeah, we got off on her, it was a that it was really, we didn't get home till 4 o'clock.
Oh, man, yeah, that shouldn't have been, ordinarily, that's nowhere near that long a drive.
2 hours.
Uh-huh.
We sat 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
We sat waiting on traffic.
Yeah, I think we said about 2 hours.
Well, we wasn't that much longer than you. But we wasn't to 30 minutes maybe.
Okay, did you have something you wanted to show?
Yeah. I just wanted to demonstrate this little microscopic camera.
Little fella.
Okay.
Bobby asked me to bring it. She's come seen it. This is just on a picture. But you can see it. It shows stuff up pretty good, and this is a small display. I put it on one about that big at home, and it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For old guys like me, and some of you, it's a very
Yep.
big help.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you can use, you anticipate using that for your kit building and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a stand that you could pull it out, just turn it upside down and solder it. You can put your parts on one side and turn it over and solder on the other side.
Uh-huh.
That's handy.
Okay. Alrighty, anything else related to kits before we move on here? Okay, it's March, and presumably one of these days we're going to get some warm weather. Who has field work planned?
I will next week if it warms up.
Okay. I know it's supposed to be nice for the weekend. I don't know about, next week.
Well, I don't know either. I didn't see anything really bad though for next week. It was,
Okay.
even next week it's supposed to be like in the 50s and maybe
Okay.
a day or two in the 60s. If it makes
Yeah.
it to 60 degrees, I'll probably go out.
Okay.
But I'll be out of town this weekend.
Okay. Anything else that people have planned related to field work, anything like that going on?
One other little thing back to kid stuff. Linda put this together. It's just a little memory keyer for the 817.
Uh-huh.
There's no memory in that for messages. The CW, the 4 memories. Y'all heard me talking about the other day. Somebody asked me to bring it, so I did.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So anybody who wants to check that out, let's see. Linda memory keyer. Okay. Okay. How about antenna work? Either stuff for your portable or home stuff. Yesterday would have been a good day to put up an antenna in a blizzard, and that way it's guaranteed to work right off the bat. Okay, I would say we just throw it wide open. Anybody else have anything related to QRP that they want to bring up?
I wanted to ask one thing, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to do field day again next year?
Oh,
I know
that's a
Bobby
good.
Rolfe and those guys came out, and it's March, so I thought I'd
Yeah,
ask.
that's a very good question.
And with Johnny gone, we're gonna have to do some,
Is the site the same? Or-
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Going to the other side of town.
Well, I want to go to Veterans Park. Right now, I think it's already booked up. They have some kind of picnic out there on the Sunday, so it may not be available.
Okay.
And somebody did that last year, so I'm not real sure if we'll get that park. We will find a park.
Yeah, what about the Kentucky Park?
We still have, they're not part of Parks and Rec.
They're not what?
They're not part of Parks and Rec. And
No.
a long time ago, a lot of people used to go out there, a couple years, and set up tents and stuff back in there. That was kind of nice, Tom.
In the primitive campground.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we do field work out there a lot.
Yeah, I know. But I was just thinking about going on and getting Rogers Park again this year, and then saving Veterans Park maybe next year for it. Because I have to work with Parks and Rec. If they already have it promised out, I can't. They can't change anything either. But then there might be another park too. she told me to go over and look at something called Lakewood Park. But
Okay.
I don't like being around water for field day, especially usually in that heat, we get a lot of mosquitoes and stuff off the lake, and
Okay.
I'm not real sure if we want to use that one either.
Okay. Well, to answer your question, what, we hadn't talked about it yet. What do y'all think about field day? Like those of you that were involved in KY-QRP field day last year, are you thinking, that you're going to want to do it again this year? Or are you thinking about doing something else or skipping it entirely or what?
Be fun to do.
Why not?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm trying to remember, Roger and Loretta, if you were there last year or not.
Yeah, we stayed the whole
Okay.
24 hours.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
fact, everybody from there all the way to, him was there last year. At some point, at some juncture in time, they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they seem to have a good time, so I figure,
We always have.
Heck, yeah.
because I'm gonna have to work up in tennis, guys. I know you guys bring your own and stuff like that, but I'm gonna have to work something up with the tennis, because with Johnny gone,
Yeah.
I'm not real sure what's going on there or anything. I just read that Johnny had passed, and that's really sad. Because he was a real help to this club all the time. Even though he hardly made the meetings, he was always there when you needed him. And,
Yeah.
I thought,
Okay. So it sounds like you should pencil us in.
okay,
and
I got you.
Assuming everybody's healthy and
That
in
was my
town,
only
stuff like
question.
that, there'll probably be some folks want to come out. So, okay, that's good. I hadn't thought myself about, you talking about it yet, and I'm glad you brought it up.
I'm trying to put that together. I never made it to Cincinnati on those trailers yet. But if somebody, my place to put them right now is just not available. This spring, they're going to pave and concrete pad the lot over there. While that's going on, we wouldn't be able to get to those trailers, so I figure we'll back down a little bit. But we may have a couple more towers to put antennas up on this year.
Okay. Okay. Okay, anybody else with anything related to QRP before we close up shop here so that Bars can get ready for its meeting? Okay, thank you all very much for coming, and we'll see you on the 21st at Frisch's and April the 1st here again.